This is the mushroom of immortality, and it doesn't look like a mushroom. People are paying $30 for chunks of what looks like burnt tree bark. And then they're brewing it into tea. Why? Because this weird-looking crusty thing has been called the mushroom of immortality for over 5,000 years. Spoiler alert, it won't make you immortal. But the science behind it, actually pretty wild. So let's talk about chaga, what it really is, what the research says, and whether it's worth the hype. No BS, just facts. Let's go. First things first, chaga doesn't look like a mushroom because what you're seeing isn't the mushroom. It's called a sclerotium. Basically, it's a dense, hardened mass of mycelium, the fungus's root system, that grows almost exclusively on birch trees in cold climates like Siberia, Canada, and Northern Europe. The actual fruiting body, the mushroom part, is incredibly rare. What people harvest is this black cork-like growth on the outside of the tree. Crack it open. It's rusty orange-brown inside and feels like wood. And here's the cool part. This stuff has been used for thousands of years. In Siberia, it was brewed into tea by indigenous communities. In traditional Chinese and Russian folk medicine, it was considered a longevity tonic for over 5,000 years. There's even evidence that Otzi the Iceman, who died over 5,000 years ago, carried chaga with him, not for immortality, but for vitality, stamina, and health. So when people call it the mushroom of immortality, they're not talking about living forever. They're talking about living well. Big difference. All right, let's get into what we actually know based on real science. It's loaded with antioxidants. Chaga has one of the highest ORAC scores, that's a measure of antioxidant capacity, of any natural food source. We're talking higher than blueberries, acai, dark chocolate, way higher. Antioxidants help neutralize free radicals, which are unstable molecules that cause oxidative stress and damage to your cells over time. Does that mean chaga stops aging? No, but it's like having a really good cleanup crew in your body. Beta-glucans for immune support. Chaga contains polysaccharides called beta-glucans, which have been studied for their immune-modulating properties. A 2011 study published in Immunopharmacology and Immunotoxicology found that chaga extract enhanced immune response in mice. It's not human data yet, but it's promising. Think of beta-glucans like little trainers for your immune system. They help it respond better to threats. Anti-inflammatory effects. Chronic inflammation is linked to a ton of health issues. Heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune conditions, you name it. A 2010 study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology showed that chaga extract significantly reduced inflammation markers in mice with colitis. Again, mice, not humans. But the compounds in chaga, like betulinic acid, are known to have anti-inflammatory properties. Cancer research, but let's be real. This is where things get hyped up fast, so let's be careful. Some lab studies have shown that chaga extracts can slow the growth of certain cancer cells in test tubes. A 2016 study in Helion found that chaga induced apoptosis, or cell death, in human lung cancer cells. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the reality. Test tubes are not bodies. What happens in a petri dish doesn't always translate to humans. So no, chaga does not cure cancer, and anyone selling it as a cancer cure is being dangerously irresponsible. What we can say is that researchers are interested in its compounds. That's it. Okay, let's pump the brakes on the immortality thing. Where did that even come from? In Siberian and Russian folk traditions, chaga was called the gift from God or the king of herbs. It wasn't about living forever. It was about endurance, resilience, and vitality in brutal climates. People believed it helped them survive harsh winters, stay strong, and recover from illness. Fast forward to the wellness boom of the 2000s, and suddenly it's being marketed as a miracle cure for everything from cancer to aging. That's not what the science says. Here's the truth. Chaga is rich in antioxidants and bioactive compounds. Early research suggests it may support immune function and reduce inflammation. It is not a magic bullet, a cure-all, or a replacement for medical treatment. If you selling you Immortality in a bag, run.